is an instructional video for terminating Cat5 or Cat5e, or in this particular case Cat6 because it was the closest thing to me and I grabbed some, cut it off to make this video. Being Cat6, there's usually a dividing rib in the middle between the conductors. I have already cut it away because we don't need it in this particular case. One of the biggest issues that people have when terminating cable is the fact that these wires are twisted together. And when they untwist them, they can't figure out how to get the wires straight so that the wires will cooperate. The way I do it, I'm sure we all have played with ribbon as children, and you remember if you take a piece of ribbon, or just a piece of paper for that matter, and put it against the non-sharpened side of a pair of scissors, like such, and pull, it curls the paper. Well, it's sort of what you want to do with your fingers. Don't do this with scissors, obviously. The wire has a twist to it, because wire has a natural twist, and these were twisted purposely. If you kind of curl the wire a bit, like I just did, curl it the opposite direction, and then do it to the side, the other side, it's going to straighten that wire out very well. If you do this to each of the conductors as you go along, they're going to cooperate a lot better, because if they're twisted, they're not going to slide in the channels of the modular connector that a lot of people nickname the mod. So I'm going to be doing this in the TIAB standard. I'm not going to get into the color scheme pattern on that. There's plenty of other places that you can look up what the color standard is, but I will be doing orange pair primary. Okay. White, orange, orange, white, green, blue. Blue, white, green, white, brown, brown. I like to use what's nicknamed the divide and conquer method. Take half of your conductors to one side, half of the conductors to the other side, holding them somewhat flat in your fingers. Very similar to what we did to straighten the conductors, you want to group them together in the correct pattern and pull. Give them a little bit of a curl in each direction. This will make the wires lay together neatly. Now here I still have white, blue, green, white, brown, brown. I'm going to do the same thing on this side while squeezing them together, and then kind of give a little wiggle. Always pulling and always keeping pressure at this point right here. Now, that is much easier than trying to do all 8 conductors together. You can simply pull these together and do the exact same thing while giving a bit of a twist to it, curling those conductors against their will. Now, when I let go of this, they cooperate. They're all laying together. I'm just going to verify that they're in the correct order, which they are. Okay. You don't need much distance from the end of the colored jacket to the end of the wires. You actually want the colored jacket to slide far enough up inside the mod to go past the part that's called the collar. The collar actually crimps down and grabs the wire. So I'm going to cut the wires about ½ inch, maybe 3/8. The tool itself will actually do this. There is a blade right here. It's almost like a little guillotine that I am going to use. The conductors are perfectly straight across. Very helpful. Verify that they're still in the same original pattern they are. Carefully slide it into your mod. Sometimes it takes a little persuasion. These are the incorrect ends for Cat6, so this one's a bit difficult. Verify that all of your conductors actually bottomed out, because if they don't, the pins will not pierce the jacket and touch the copper inside. And in this case, I'm having to get a little bit angry with it. There we go. Place it inside your tool. Squeeze it till it bottoms out. Beautiful.